Welcome to the spill, where you know we keep it real. Ladies say you see who's the guy. Yeah, only with the spill. SPI double L. Welcome to the spill.
Today on The Spill, we're going to be talking about homecoming, relationships, and dating. And we'll even have a special guest to come give us the inside scoop on the Million Man March. But first, we're going to be talking about how Cosmo named the Kardashians America's first family.
No way.
Right? It's crazy. But they really did. How do you guys feel about that?
And they definitely said it's the Kardashians.
Well, it's the Kardashians because you know that Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been on for a lot of seasons now. We all buy into the Kardashians. We know Kim is beautiful, Khloe is fun, Kourtney is like the baddest chick in the game. Then we got Kylie who's popping out on y'all, and Kendall who is an international model. Okay. And I feel like if we're really, I don't think that Cosmopolitan made it in a literal sense because we all know that Obamas are the first family of the United States. However, the Kardashians are like the social first family, like they're the media first family of America.
So they should have indicated social
family.
But see,
my problem with the statement is it says America's first family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're speaking on America, which is pertaining to the United States, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then that automatically should let you know that, hey, that should have raised a red flag for somebody. Like somebody throughout the editing process should have looked at that and saw there was something fishy with that.
But
Say
no one
America's
did.
first family.
Because the
That's not America's
Kardashians
first
are
family.
America's first family.
But like you said
Like
earlier,
you said.
you were talking about as far as like social, exactly, terminology. So the social aspect, yes, they are the first family in that sense, but America's first family is the Obamas. Like I was talking to you earlier, I was saying if you went to a foreign country and they've only heard about America, 9 times out of 10 they might not know who the Obamas is, but as far as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they've seen the Kardashians. So when they see America, they see the Kardashians. So if that's what they meant as far as the first family, I would have to
Say
give them
that.
that.
Or say,
But I also-
say TV's first family.
Exactly.
Tell
I
us
also
about
have to
America's.
disagree on that because everyone should know who the first family is of the United
real
States. I
first
mean,
family.
like, Obama is internationally known.
No.
People,
But if you don't-
everyone should know, but
he's-
with me, it's more so of a respect thing. And
We
I
would
feel
think
like-
that though because
Yeah, of
we're in the
course.
United
It's
States,
just a
but we
respect
don't
that should be
know.
given.
Everyone doesn't know who's in charge of China. Everybody doesn't know who's in charge of Hungary,
Sure don't.
Germany, all that.
I know,
So
I
just
know.
because we're an American, we think that they should know. I'm sure if we go to Hungary, they would be like, you should know who the president or prime minister or whoever is over there. You know what I mean? But so I think that's what it goes back
Honestly,
to.
what I took away from it, I figured it was all just pretty much a joke, especially coming off the recent news about Kanye, you know, saying he's going to run for president. You know, him being basically
Oh, I
and,
like that.
and
I didn't
a
think
step
about that.
Kardashian,
I
you
like
know,
that.
I felt like they took that and ran away
And
with
ran
it
with
and
it.
said, okay, now
That
this
was
is
a
going to be
different-
America's
okay.
first family.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's a good-
I really
yeah.
love
I
that.
think that was
That's
a really
good.
good point, and so I see
That
how
was
they
good.
tied in, maybe that political theme. But then at the same time, in my opinion, they really just could have used different words in
Hello.
saying that this is a prominent family in American culture right now. Like, but the first family has such a specific definition and such a specific connotation that your words are really important. You can't just be out here saying whatever you want.
that was
What
a
I'm
time.
saying.
They could at least say like America's poppin' family or America's most famous family.
No.
Even that would
Famous, yeah, that would have
even
been
that
better.
would have been a
And
little
for
bit
me-
controversial
and for me,
itself.
like for me, at the end of the day, it's a respect thing, and I feel like that's a whole nother route as far as the respect that the lack of respect that has been given to the Obamas since he's been in office.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, it just piles on more disrespect. I feel like it's a sense of if this was somebody else or if this was a different office. If you get what I'm saying,
Right.
Yeah.
I just feel like there would have been somebody throughout that editing process would have.
And to
said no.
even piggyback off the
Somebody would
disrespect
say
thing,
no.
I think with Obama being in office, we've seen a lot of. I've just talked to my family about it. It's just been a lot of disrespect as well because you see a lot of people oftentimes Barack this, Barack that. Barack. We was never calling George George. We
And
was
Clinton.
Bush.
It was
Exactly. We was
Right.
never Bill this, Bill that. It
They was not
was
a
so
science
that
guy.
just
They was
goes
like,
back to the
what?
respect level. Like a lot of people in America don't even have respect for.
Agreed.
Yeah, Obama.
Right.
Like at that, you know what I mean. So this is just another jab
And
at
that's
the
just,
family.
but I don't think you think the Kardashians really looking at about Obama. No, they are the first family. They are the baddest girls in the game right now. And
so
y'all
being
just,
bad
Are
and
they
being
the
the first
baddest girls?
family,
but
like
okay, if we're gonna talk about America, is America not based on beauty? Let's keep it 100.
Oh, from a media perspective, yeah, it is. All
No,
about
not from a
beauty.
media perspective, from a personal perspective. Because when you guys all getting up in the morning, y'all want to be beautiful, y'all want to look good, because
woke up
y'all don't want to look like
okay,
trash.
dun, dun.
I'm saying, right? You just said you think you're flawless, and the Kardashians are flawless. So the thing is, like, when they said America's first family, they were like, "Yeah, we are the first family. We're the baddest in the game. We go to Hungary. We know who you are. Obama, sit down. Kim stand up. So it's kind of like that's
that
what
not
it was.
problematic, though?
That is what in the way
Extremely
y'all are saying it.
problematic.
But I don't think that the Kardashians sit up there and say, "Yeah, we're the first family above Obama." I think they're like, "Yeah, we." I feel like they thought it was an honor to be called the first.
And
family.
you're agreeing with Cosmetology.
I
what is
agree
it,
with
Cosmo?
Cosmopolitan. I
Yeah,
feel like
you're agreeing with
Kardashians are
Cosmo.
the first family of America in the sense of just like people. I feel like I can connect to the Kardashians more than I could connect to the Obama.
Oh, that's problematic right there.
That's
Are you okay? Like,
And it's not about the black family.
I'm
It's
about
just
to go to
about that.
sleep.
I feel like I have the same values as
The same value.
the
Bad
Kardashians.
Kardashians.
What do you
And I think that like because listen, I feel like we could all be like. I feel like if I was watching the Kardashians, I would be like, you know, I want to be beautiful. I want to be like they're not really talented. If you could live on being
But
can I say
beautiful
this?
and
Can
getting
I say
paid,
this?
why wouldn't you do it?
But can I say this? Ultimately, I feel like beauty, because you keep mentioning beautiful, and when you wake up in the morning, everybody's perspective and definition of that is so different. And for me, that's more of an internal thing. So like, you know, but what I'm getting from you is it's an image thing. So
Beauty can be internal, but you don't think you're beautiful on the outside?
well, I like to say handsome because I do look
Well,
good.
handsome and
But you know,
exactly. You see,
I'll say
you
that.
look good, and Kardashians look
I'll
good.
say that, but at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to get to is the simple fact that everybody's gonna think differently, yes, but at the end of the day, America's first family
It's
to say
Obama.
to say that statement is pertaining to the White House. Like she said, like whenever you hear first family, that's the first thought. It's never been the Kardashians because they're on TV.
But let's
Honestly,
be
I don't care.
honest. The Obama administration is the best first family that's done in a while.
True.
Because
These are
when
facts.
I think of the Bush administration, the Clinton, I don't even remember their kids or their wives. And well, Hillary Clinton, she's running for president.
Another
But
topic for another
the
day.
other, I don't really remember. I feel like as far as Obama's, yes, we relate to Obama's because we're all black. But as far as that, like when Michelle has been going, Michelle has done a lot as far as the campaign on now where she's been. I feel like she's the most influential first lady.
Definitely.
However, as a first family, no one really recognizes the family. You recognize Obama and you recognize Michelle, but you do not recognize Malia and Sasha.
yeah, you do. I do.
I cannot agree with that.
I can't agree with it either.
It's simply I see the daughters everywhere. Like they make memes with them. Like,
Right.
oh, bet I'm going to Spelman. Like people do that stuff all the time. And
Spelman.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like they get a lot of press, and the Obamas remain to get a lot of press and should remain America's first family. 'Cause that's
And I
what-
definitely try to see what they're doing exactly
And that's
positive.
another good
Because
point.
look what
is
the Kardashians are
their-
promoting.
Right, their image in the media is amazing. Like recently, Malia Obama was kind of in the news for being on a college campus, standing next to a beer pong table, and somebody leaked a Snapchat, and they were saying Malia Obama is out here playing beer pong. She's so horrible, this, that, and the third. But if you look back, we do actually see the first children, and we do actually see the first family as a unit.
We've seen them
So-
grow.
Sasha
No, I
just went to
have.
homecoming.
I feel like I've grown up.
I know,
So we're seeing them, and we're seeing that Sasha and Malia have been perfect in the eyes of the media. They've, the media's been able to dig up basically nothing on them, which is very different from how it's been with
The
you know,
Kardashians.
with the Kardashians,
But that's
and
their
especially
whole-
like,
Kylie over
But that's
here.
their whole
Especially-
stigma. They need stuff to be pulled up on to be noticed. That's any celebrity. If you were out here just going to community service and pick flowers and helping homeless people, nobody cares. We want
Can
to
I
see your
just
set
say something
scandal.
real
We
But
want to
can
see
we-
that
can we
rape
talk about the
check.
family dynamic though? I'm sorry to cut you off, but can we just talk about the family dynamic? Because I think another thing that's interesting about the Kardashians as a family unit is how they bring in their significant others. Like this whole issue
Right.
with Khloe and Lamar right now. That's a really interesting dynamic.
Very interesting.
But that's why I feel like I can relate to the Kardashians more than the Obama administration because I feel like the Obama family is just looked at as a perfect family and everybody's just so perfect. Oh, Malia's such a hi, Michelle. But Kardashians like, hey, Kim. Like, it's like, oh, Kim. Like, it's just like, Kim, like, I feel like I am like Kylie Jenner because she's really popping out. I feel like, hey, like, y'all doubted me, but look, I'm 18 now. I got me a man. I got a Ferrari. I got a G-Wagon. What's
But
up?
how
Like,
do the
that's the
Kardashians
stuff
treat
I
their
want.
men?
I don't personally want to be the president of the United States.
And
because,
that's fine, but how did,
but I'm saying, can you really resonate with being the president of the United States rather than to being a bad chick with a G-Wagon? Like, let's just
a
keep it
bad
100. Is that
but
not?
that's not what I want
but
to
you-
be. I
but
would
you
much
do you
rather
not want to have a
be like
G-Wagon?
Michelle Obama. No.
Oh,
Can I
you
just
want a
say something?
Honda?
Can I say
But I'm
something real
saying that
I don't
everybody.
think Michelle Obama.
I think
Yeah,
Ray
yeah,
might
yeah.
have Frank.
Personally, me, I would rather live in a country where the first people that people outside of my country think of are the Obamas, rather than a bunch of people who have more plastic surgeries than degrees.
But she just said we don't know who's from Hungary.
More what?
And when we think
More
of, when I think
plastic
of
surgery than
Hungarian,
degrees.
hungry, I think of hungry people when I think of hungry. So I'm saying that if we want to keep it one, you can't say that, take that out. But what I'm saying is that if you really want to talk about it, when you think of America, you do not think of Obama. You think of French fries.
How do you
think
not
of
think of
palm
Obama?
trees.
He's
I
the
think just to bring it all together as far as the Obamas, you know what I mean? It's all going to be personal preference.
Yes.
Me, when I think of first family, I think of no other than the Obamas. You may think of the Kardashians.
I think of Obamas as
But
well.
also in thinking of the Kardashians, let's keep them in our prayers, you know, because what's been going on with Chloe and Lamar.
With just Lamar, let's be
Just
fair.
Lamar.
But
because
Ain't nothing
but
happening
they
to
are
Chloe.
still together, you know what I mean? And that's
Were
still
they still together?
based
They're
on
not.
documents.
that's on documentation, not
documentation
necessarily
together.
relationship out and about.
I thought she unhyphenated her name.
She did.
Yeah.
No,
She
okay,
definitely
so
did.
from what I understand, they're technically still married but separated, and so that's why Chloe and the whole Kardashian film crew has been allowed like in the hospital with Lamar. And personally, in my
Film
opinion,
crew?
I think
That's so crazy.
and
so
I think
you're
that,
filming
that's so
this
disrespectful.
man while
This
he's
man, like,
unconscious.
he's been through a lot, and the media is just
Like,
portraying
wow.
him in this really crazy way.
But he
I mean,
portrays
he
himself
did.
as
I
that.
mean, he set himself kind of up
Yeah,
for
we
this
won't
to be
sugarcoat
found in a
anything.
brothel in Nevada, overdosed on drugs to the
Right.
point where it makes you in a coma.
Did the
I feel like
Kardashians
at that
take him
point he
there?
did that to
No.
himself. No.
Well,
Did
no,
Obama
I'll say
take him
this.
there?
I'll say this.
No.
No one-
No one
won't
took him
say-
there.
No one took him there,
I
but
won't
that's
say
not the
that.
point.
I won't say that him being found overdosed on drugs is what him doing it to himself. Him allowing himself to be put on that platform as the Kardashians, who are already in this spotlight for some good and some bad. You gotta understand, and that's what any athlete that has dated any of the Kardashians, especially Kim, because she's done ran through all of them. Let's be clear.
I think to go
Let's
to
not
kind of
break-
talk about what you're talking about, I think I kind of disagree because I'm not really a big fan of the Kardashians,
But
but
you love
when
Chloe,
Chloe and
girl.
Lamar was on, like I don't even know what grade I was in. I want to say it was like freshman, maybe sophomore year, but I was watching Chloe and Lamar faithfully because I feel like they had like a really true love. You know, I know some people are like, no, all the Kardashians are fake, but like Chloe is the realest out of all of them. You know what I mean? And I think Kim, I can't speak for what she be doing. Courtney, you done have 4 kids by one man and y'all not even married. You know, I don't agree with that. But like Chloe and Lamar were like, did it everything the right way. You know what I mean? As far as dating, they were courting. And yeah, it happened really, really fast. But if you in love, you know, you in love. So
love.
that's what happened with them. And then, you know, they had a wedding and then they tried to have kids and
Couldn't happen.
it was just very unfortunate. I was heartbroken when I found out. You know, no, I felt like I really knew them. You know, just a sidebar. I wanted them to be like my
Right.
celebrity parents at
And I
one
love
point.
how
You know
you
what I
just
mean?
said
Like
that. How you really knew them. People feel like they really know the Kardashians. People, like you just said, you wanted Chloe Lamar to be your mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
I have never stood up there and said, you know what? Michelle Obama? Well, no, I have, because that's the president of the United States. That's a big deal. Like, it's a big deal. But it's also a big deal to be Kris Jenner, who is, like, literally the most famous mom out there. Like, she literally...
Momager.
She,
I think
she's
Tina
the best
Knowles.
momager,
Tina
and
Knowles is
Tina
one of
Knowles.
the famous
But no, Tina Knowles
moms.
no longer her manager. Is she still her manager?
No,
But I know
the
that.
difference between, but see, that's the difference, and this is what I keep trying to bring back to y'all is that everything they do is so public, everything.
Right.
So you mentioned Tina Knowles, but look at Beyonce, they're very secretive.
And
what I
that's
love
the
about
tea. You
that.
want...
Kris Jenner, you know who she's dating. You know what's going on in her life. You know how she treats the kid. Like, you just know everything
That's
about
because
her.
she's smart. She's a businesswoman. And when you're a businesswoman,
at what
you're
cost
family.
though?
put
Exposing
business
your
over your
family.
family.
Because now we see what's happened with Kylie. You know what I mean?
even-
Like,
What's going on with
And
my
even
girl?
coming back to
Everything.
what's not going on with your girl?
That is
That's
a short
your girl.
list.
You don't know
Let's
She
talk about
looks.
what's
She's
not
been
going
looking
on.
famous. She's been looking fabulous.
Have
Last
you seen
time
her
I checked.
tracks though? They kind of not blended.
Actually, it's a lace front.
She's been looking black.
I think you should go to her hairstylist to get
She's
some
been
tips.
looking black.
But I know
She been
that
looking black.
all I know is that my good girls, my Kardashian Jenners, have been looking amazing. And my thing was that yes, everything's not about beauty. Obamas are great. I love the Obamas. I would vote for Obama if I wasn't 16 at the time he was elected. But let's go to Hill. Yeah, I will vote for her. But I'm saying that as far as looking at an image point, I would rather my image be like if we're gonna look at an image point. Obamas are considered perfect. I don't think everyone is perfect. When you think of the Obamas, when you think of Sasha, you think of Malia, you think of perfect people. When you think of the Kardashians, I feel like it's a yes, you do. I don't
Not at
see
all.
anything
How
wrong
you
with
gonna tell me
Obama.
When
They're
Obama was
debatable.
running, all they had was things just to denounce him on. The fact that he
Right.
smoked weed, the fact that he's from the south side of Chicago.
But you
Right.
don't think of that. When I think
yes,
of Obama,
I
I
do.
think of
when I see
leader and a
Obama,
great
I
man.
What they
see
think.
I see like my
They really
uncle from the
can't.
hood, honestly. with the
From
cigarette in
South
his
Side
mouth.
Chicago?
No, I don't see
Yes,
I don't
that's
think
where
of
he's
that
from.
when I see Obama.
I don't see Obama as a perfect entity. I see him as a man who has bettered
I see him
himself.
I
as
see positive,
relatable.
influential,
I know.
servant
That's what he
leadership.
He is positive and that's what I'm saying. Perfect. I don't see
I didn't say
anything
no.
negative
No,
about
no,
Obama.
no one said
Perfect.
perfect.
I'm trying to go back to relatable is the word that we need to
Yeah.
really tune in
Yeah,
here
that's a
because
great
that's
word, Naila. Thank you for
relatable,
that
and
one.
that's why I feel as though there are two different playing fields. The Kardashians are way different than the
Right.
Obamas, and I feel like if we want a family to represent us as a whole, it's
Then the
the
Obamas. But I'm saying that if we're going to talk about relatable, I just want to get why we're having this conversation about the first family because we know they're not being compared to Obama.
But they
But
are.
the thing
Oh,
is,
that's why
they're
they
not.
use. That's why they chose.
It was
those words
just
in the
it's a
first place.
magazine. You have to have a good tagline. America's First Family. It was. You see what we're doing? We're having a discussion about that, and that's what Cosmopolitan wanted. A discussion about their magazine.
About the
If they
ignorance.
would have said the most famous family, we wouldn't be up here talking about that because that's enough said. No, baby, they're not just the
I
most
think
famous.
this
They're
conversation
the
is
first.
enough said. Like, we're just not going to agree.
Yeah,
on
we're
that.
not gonna agree.
It's okay.
Agree to disagree.
Obama,
Raise your
I
cups
love
if
you.
Obama's your first family.
Yes.
But
There we go.
Kardashians won.
Yes.
Did
We,
they?
but do
Great.
they?
Go team.
Go Obama.
Is that music or is that?
True. Does
I
future
mean,
does
but
future
don't-
say words? I'm
He
not
does say
sure.
words. I actually understand.
Are you sure?
I can do future right
It's a
now.
little gibberish.
You know, actually, you know what sucks though is that we did have Future last year before he came out with
Before
all
he
this
started
stuff.
popping.
It's really unfortunate, and I'm wishing that he could actually. have come
Right,
back
we
with
get
this
Wale for
this
free on
year.
Wednesday.
We did get Wale for
Exactly.
free.
So I'm
Now,
gonna
why
have
we
to
paying
pay
him now?
Why we're paying him, I do not know. Like,
And the last time I remember from Fabulous is Girl You Be Killing Her. And that didn't kill the chart.
He actually got a song with Wale.
I mean, all of these artists have chart toppers, and my thing is that just because this artist may not be someone you listen to regularly or whatever, like, it doesn't mean that Homecoming isn't still gonna be fun.
All right, girl, you just bought the ticket. You
but the
tryna wear
hip hop
it.
concert usually sets the tone.
I mean, my outfit cute. That's all I care
I'm
about.
still stuck on Ray right now. Ray said he's been listening to good music. that was beautiful.
Cannot honestly say that Future did not kill 2015.
Dirty Sprite too.
Let's
Tony
get it.
Crazy. But
Let's
the
get
thing
it.
is, what was he doing before 2015?
Making good music still. You
That's
have
what he's still
Monster.
doing.
That's how he talks.
You have Monster. You have 56 Nights. You have
Never heard
Beast
of
Mode.
it. Never heard of it. But what I did hear of is Pink Friday Room Reloaded, the Pink print.
What is Nicki Minaj?
We not getting Nicki, so we not getting
Everybody about Nicki
Nicki.
except Meek Mill.
What other events are you looking forward to?
Thank you, because I want to talk about these tents that are going to be set up at Tailgate because they're about to
Tailgate
be
again.
live.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm a personal fan of Tailgate. You haven't
I know,
gotten to
I love
really-
Tailgate.
Yeah,
I love
Tailgate's
Tailgate.
I'm
definitely fun.
concerned about our football players though, and how they're going to do at this.
Well, they've been winning this year.
They've-
Well,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Let's talk about this. They've been winning home games. They
Yeah.
lost every single away game.
No.
They
stay
have.
back.
Well, this is a home
Home
game.
game.
At
This is a
Homecoming,
home
it's a
game.
home game,
I know,
so
but
you
still,
know, home
people,
field
there's a lot of
advantage.
debate that they're not going to win because their
Well, we're not
morale
gonna
has
debate
been
it.
about this.
I mean,
Who are they playing?
let's put it
Who are
into
they
the universe that they will. Let's just
They
be
will.
positive about it.
Let's be
You know,
positive.
go Morehouse.
But you know what?
Go
Me
Tigers.
will be a part of, as well as you, Naila, because before Tailgate is what?
The parade.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He trying to do a plug. So we have some kings and queens. Y'all want to say y'all
Yes,
positions
we
right
do.
quick?
Okay, so me personally, I'm the junior class president at Cochrane University. I'm also Mr. Campus Activities Board.
Frank.
I have recently just been crowned Mr. Sophomore. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Beyonce and Nicki Minaj for helping me.
Naila.
I'm the representative for Miss Do Better, so I'm the queen.
And Janine.
And I was just recently crowned Miss Morehouse Business Association for this academic year.
Me and Ray just chilling. All right.
Mr. and Miss just chilling.
We here.
But yeah, have you guys ever been part of the parade before? Have you guys ever seen it before? Because it's a little early.
I've seen it.
But actually, let's talk about how early it is, though. And they told us that we have to be up between.
I mean, but it's
7
fun.
and
It's
7:45.
fun. This is actually going to be my third year part of the parade. Personally, I was Mr. ABC.
Chris out here big time.
Titles,
Out here
titles.
big time.
Exactly.
Are you gonna wear? So I have a question for you, Chris. When you graduate, are you gonna wear all your sashes over your cap and gown?
Honestly,
That will be lit.
I don't think I will. Believe it or not, I lived in those moments. I'm thankful for them. They could be hung up on the wall. But
I
I'm
feel
pretty
you.
sure by then I'll have something.
True enough. Some people will be holding on to these titles for a
Since you
minute.
guys have had like the most homecomings, do you think this is going to be the best one, or what was the best homecoming?
For me, I think it will be the best one.
I think it'll be the best because I think I'm going to make it the best, even though even though it's the last one, and even though in past years we may have had some more popular artists or whatever, like it's my last one. I'm gonna make it good no matter what.
I think freshman year, as far as for me, I really didn't know about tailgate and stuff like that. But last year I experienced, tailgate, and it was just lit. So I would like to be able to continue to build upon it. Like,
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be lit
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
Like just the fact that it's all three schools
True
having a
enough.
homecoming
True
together.
enough.
But
That
you
in
know,
itself
freshman
is
year,
gonna be
freshman
lit.
year it was the same way.
Your freshman year, I'm the sophomore, so I wasn't here
I'm
unfortunately.
sorry, the wait is over. You're here
I got
now.
you. I
Let's
got
clap it up for
you.
that.
Let's
You
get
know,
it.
But for me, freshman year, I didn't really, like Renee was saying, I didn't really engage into that.
Right.
We had bounce houses and people was having fun, and I was
Yeah.
in bounce house. Like.
Oh, that sounds lit. I love
Right,
it.
that
Like,
still
yeah,
sounds kind of
okay.
fun. I don't know about
And then sophomore year, I kind of got a little bit more. I'm like, okay, I get a feel, but this year.
It's over with,
I feel like that
huh?
happens a lot. Freshman year, it's kind of overwhelming.
In our favor.
That's right.
But yeah, I feel like that's real with homecoming. I feel like freshman year can almost be a little overwhelming because there's just so much happening.
Yeah, it was
and I
very
know for me,
overwhelming.
my freshman year, like the transition was kind of hard. I was really homesick. So for homecoming, I was like, can I go home? Because this is a lot. I don't know about
No,
y'all.
I legit thought homecoming was gonna go home.
That's adorable.
You're serious. You're serious right now.
I know, right?
You're actually really
That's
serious.
adorable.
I know, but it's a homecoming weekend.
Wait, so back to what are the
'Cause I
other
never
events
had
Spelman
school.
and Morehouse are having?
Right.
I know we're having a fashion show.
I'm excited for that. I
And
think
And
your
we're having
fashion
coordination.
show is
That's
always really
combined. The
nice.
Oh, yeah,
ball, like,
Oh,
coordination
really?
ball
together.
Okay,
tomorrow.
okay.
Coordination ball.
For is it for
Right.
Miss
Yeah,
CAU?
not the crowning, but the ball.
Right, the
will be
actual ball.
together.
That's
I know that
Where is it at
coordination
this
for
year?
Morehouse and Spelman is actually Monday.
Monday tomorrow.
Yeah,
Coordination
tomorrow.
ball.
But also, I heard
Well,
So
no,
early?
the crowning is what he's
Right,
Yeah,
right.
just
But
do
also,
the crowning.
that part is I don't think a lot of people are going to start football because it's also
Pretty nasty.
But isn't Pretty Nasty happening after? Or is it the
It's
same
during.
time? Oh, it's
It's
during?
during.
I thought it was
It's
after.
What's
Never
pretty
mind.
nasty?
When it gets pretty nasty.
Pretty and Nasty is actually a party held by the Kappas and the Qs. To put it in short terms, it's pretty lit. I mean, it's the Kappas and the Qs. You ain't got to really go into much
Toga?
detail.
I don't know. Toga was pretty lit, so I don't know about all that.
I
So just for a
mean,
later date, I'm gonna save it.
Two different parties at two different times.
Save it.
Could be.
Have fun in
could be.
both.
Wait, so you're telling me that Pretty Nasty is gonna be around company?
Pretty nasty stuff at what,
Yeah,
10, 11?
yeah, it should probably start up like around 10.
So people aren't gonna really show up till about maybe 12 months.
But let me
So
tell you
I feel like
something.
people will go to both.
Right.
Like people
Yeah,
will
here, a lot of
probably
people are not
They'll look at the ball as maybe like a
Yeah.
pregame.
But the
underclassmen
thing
go to
about
coordination.
people like me, we love
Upper-
people actually late. You gotta come dressed to success and be the star of the show. I'm not. If this party starts at 9, I'm coming at 12.
I mean, that's all of homecoming, though. Everyone, like, I've heard so many conversations about people setting up outfits for the
Yeah.
homecoming.
My week is set up in my closet.
If you come
It's
at
hanger
9,
after
no
hanger
one
after
gets to
hanger.
see
Everything is
It would
good.
be different if we had bangers each night. Each event would
Right.
be killing. Maybe I could go get a fit for each night, but I'm trying to think like I'm probably maybe going to the talent show. Not probably going to coordination. Haven't
broke.
decided. Wednesday.
True enough.
Tuesday.
Homecoming
it's
a little
not,
pricey.
yeah, it's not a lot of events.
Right.
So I'm just like, let me go get a good fit.
Honestly,
You know.
That's
the mindset
true.
I have right now is what a time to be alive. I'm broke. I don't have time to be over here trying
I
to buy,
am broke.
trying to splurge
Right.
and look like something I don't have. But what I
Okay.
have time for is to have fun and enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
college is expensive enough. Like, enjoy
True.
your homecoming. I mean,
Speaking
putting
of
out
that,
outfits, that's crazy.
I definitely wanted to like touch on a couple little do's and don'ts, especially for
It's
our
important.
incoming freshmen. They
important,
haven't really
yes.
experienced a Spark House homecoming, so I
Yes,
feel like we
Spark
really
House.
need to like let them know, okay, this
Well,
is what
let
you might
me
want to
know.
stay
Can
away
I
from.
just start with the
Experience
first
it,
don't. Like, do not travel alone, y'all.
Please.
Do not
Never.
travel
Please,
alone.
No,
Do
please be
not
safe.
travel
Please
alone
be
because
safe.
after
3, 4, 5, stay
tailgate,
alive.
after tailgate gets pretty dark, you know,
It
and
does.
some people are sipping on juice and they're just walking around all like this, you know what I mean? So definitely be in pairs, I would say 3 just to be safe, be in
Yeah.
a group of 3 because 2 y'all can still get snatched
Yeah.
up.
One
Just-
thing
just be
I will
safe. Make
say
good
for a
choices.
do is definitely eat. Make sure your belly is always full because you never know what you might be consuming after.
No,
No,
because
not only
if your
just-
belly's
not
full, you won't be
consuming.
snatched in that outfit for tailgate. So make sure y'all look good, get that body tight and right.
Yes.
I'll
That's
say,
it.
I'll say,
I mean,
I'll
it's
say
a little
make
late
sure
to
you
be
stay
Trying to get
Stay
yeah.
hydrated. It's a little
Yeah.
late to be trying to get
Stay
tight
hydrated,
right
because
though.
you know
Homecoming,
how-
I
you
mean,
know,
we
right
still do a
now.
couple sit-ups,
So-
crunches.
So these guys hear
But-
what I'm saying? Make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Another
yeah.
do.
Yes, another do.
Any other dues? Any other
Have
dues?
Just
fun, be
have-
yourself.
Take pictures.
Have
This
fun,
is-
take
yeah,
pictures,
you
but
don't
I
get
think
4
the
years.
biggest one is, or the biggest do is have fun and be safe. Like, you know, just like we want everybody to have fun and make homecoming a good time. Like, we also want to make sure that nobody's ending up Instagram because
Right.
they did
Ooh,
some
baby.
things.
Being put on a stretcher.
Right, you know, nobody wants to have to go to the hospital
You shouldn't
because
have a PCV experience at homecoming.
And my main thing was with my freshman year, I
Yeah,
feel like I
yeah.
watched it more than be a part of it. And I feel like definitely if you're a freshman, be a part of it. Experience it. Don't watch others experience it.
Yeah.
Have your own personal experience.
Yeah.
So,
You only get one freshman
Right.
year. You might as well live it right.
Right, and be in the moment. Taking pictures and stuff is great. I love pictures. I take them all the time. But also be in the moment. Don't be so concerned about, oh, am I getting this on Snapchat? That you're not actually experiencing what's there for you to experience.
My thing with the freshmen, I hate to just be the Debbie Downer. I don't want the freshmen to try to keep up with the seniors
Also
and the
true.
juniors because
Also
you know
Sophomore.
but
Know
y'all, this is
your
like
limits.
for me, like my freshman year I watched, and then sophomore year I tried to really just live it up. You know what I mean? But like if you're a freshman, I think it did us good. You know, trying to watch just to see what was really going on in the ropes because you don't want them to try to consume or do whatever what they see the juniors and seniors doing when they're not really ready to consume and do.
Just know your
what the
limit.
juniors and seniors are doing.
Responsible fun.
Yeah.
And also be aware that there are parents and there are adults.
Administrators, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, it's
Right.
such a great time because you get to see Miss Myrna White 1905. You get to see
Yeah.
Miss CAU 1810. Like it's
Did you say 1810?
1810.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all coming
It's,
back.
Okay.
Everybody comes back. Mahogany
18,
and Motion
huh?
1501. Like it's everybody is so everybody comes back, and it's just such a great experience. Especially like even though people don't go to the game. Well, that's the main game. Like all the old people be there. But I'm talking about a student. Like
The alum.
All of the
Alum.
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 the best
The
part.
people we
the people who
aspire
trail.
to be.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Blaze
People who
the
have
trail.
degrees that we don't have yet. You know?
True. They got all the credits.
People
We're not
got
there
the
yet.
plug. The plug.
The
Make sure you
networking
talk to them.
opportunity.
Right.
Please.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Make sure you
Especially if you have
network.
people
That's
all
a
over
dude.
you.
They
Network,
have a lot of
network,
stuff to
network.
give to you guys. They have a lot of influence, and also like the Mahogany Emotion comes back and they dance.
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's such a great
It's
experience
great.
if you go
It's
to the
great.
game. So please go to the game for a little bit, at least have time.
Halftime is the best part of the game, especially at an HBCU, because that's one thing that I love about being an HBCU is especially at homecoming we have like the marching bands and the dancers and Battle of the Bands and fifth quarter and like all of these really, really awesome things.
I
But
usually never make it to the game though.
I didn't.
I just stay at tailgate the whole time.
That's
Yeah, I watched the
usually
game from
happens.
over the fence.
Yeah, from
True
my
enough.
weekend.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to join us for this segment, but we do have a special guest, Juwan Johnson, a junior from Morehouse College, majoring in kinesiology. He's also from Chicago, Illinois. He's a Bonner Scholar as well as marketing director for Top 10 AUC. He's good friends with one of our co-hosts, Ray. Welcome to the show, Juwan.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate y'all having me, giving me this platform to talk about the things that we all need to talk about in today's society and what's going on in our community. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to use you guys, to use the platform. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate
Tell
it.
us a little bit about Top 10 AUC.
Well, I'll give a background. The reason behind Top 10, everybody involved in Top 10, we all have a different story, a different background. My story is I came from a homeless background. I lived in the projects. I was homeless. I battled different mental disabilities with being dyslexic, having ADHD, and overcoming all odds by persevering and chasing my dream to be a student at Morehouse College, to follow the leaders that, you know, Morehouse always work with and provide. So I'm really grateful for that. That's what really started the initiative for Top 10. All our background from coming from Chicago and different urban areas in the city. But Top 10 AUC it's a mindset. We promote freedom, motivation, education, and we want everyone to know that you guys matter. Blacks, Hispanics, Chinese, any race, any different thing, no matter what the denomination or religion, we want people to know that they matter. So.
I know you hit a little bit on motivation.
Yes.
Could you talk about a little bit more, about your journey to get to Morehouse College?
Man, my journey was tough. It was, man. I actually, to keep it real, I actually wasn't accepted to Morehouse. So, yeah, it was crazy. I found out I wasn't accepted like 3 weeks before school started. So I'm thinking I'm finna go to Morehouse. Everything fine. We talked to admissions. Everything was fine for my understanding. But I got the rejection letter. So I had one decision to make. Either I was gonna come or I was gonna find a different school to go to. And knowing me, I don't know how to give up. So I just chased my dreams, continued down that path. I came down here 2 weeks in advance before NSO week with my mentor, Ken Johnson. Shout out Ken Johnson. Yeah, I came down here with him, and we talked to admissions every day. We woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning in a long admissions line for like 2-3 hours just to get that #1 spot. Y'all know how admissions is in any HBCU, yeah. So it's crazy. See, I already know we had to get that first. So we got there at 8 o'clock every day for like 2 weeks straight and just telling my story and tell them why I would benefit from Morehouse and how Morehouse would benefit from me with my legacy, with my drive, and different things like that. So by the grace of God, I was admitted, and ever since then, I've been excelling academically and socially. So I'm very blessed. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the spill, where you know we keep it real. Ladies say you see who's the guy. Yeah, only we spill.